Hello friends, welcome back in the channel of Clinical Care Insight. Today we are going to start learning about one of the primitive system in our body. Can you guess it? Yeah, it's a digestive system. Now why I am saying primitive? Primitive in terms of it is one of the basic and fundamental system in our body. Okay, so today we are going to discuss about the digestive system. So here is today's lecture outline. First we will deal with the introduction, then we will see what activities is occurring inside the digestive system. Okay, then we will see the anatomy of digestive system and the wall of GIT. Okay, how the histology is oriented of the GIT, that's called the gastrointestinal tract. So make the heading digestive system. Now as I said that digestive system is a primitive kind of system. Write it down, it's a primitive system. Why I am saying it's a primitive system? Yeah, because of the two reasons. The first reason is it is a, yeah, very good, it's a basic system. Okay, it's a basic system. Also it's a fundamental system. Now I am going to justify why I am saying it is a basic and fundamental system. You've seen so many systems in our body, fine, and for their, you can say, the smooth cooperation, for their smooth functioning, there is a need for energy. Very good. And you know that we obtained energy from the food. Mark my words, I am saying generally we obtain the energy from the food. Now you know that food is it's a macromolecules, isn't it? It's a macromolecules. But for energy purpose, we don't, you can say, need their direct form. Okay, we need their smallest form. Fine. So from the macromolecules, we need, in order to, you can say, synthesize the energy, we need the macromolecular form, isn't it? So this conversion from the macromolecules to the micromolecules, okay, it is done by our digestive system. It is done by the digestive system. You are getting the points once again? I am saying that digestive system is a primitive kind of system because of the two reasons. It's a basic system and it is a fundamental system. The basic system is we need energy, okay? We need energy in order to do the works. So for obtaining those energy, we are generally dependent upon the food, okay? And as us, we consume the macromolecules. But for energy purpose, we need the microform of these macromolecules, fine. So these macromolecules will break down into the micromolecules by the aid of, or we can say by the help of digestive system. Got the points? Yeah? Now, this food, you know, it contains two things. The first is called as the major components, yeah, and another one is called as the minor component. It's very easy to answer why it is the major and why it is the minor. You know that in the food, in the major quantity, there is the presence of carbohydrate. Yes, there is a presence of carbohydrates. Along with it, there is a presence of proteins. Okay, there is the presence of fats. So these three, carbohydrate, proteins and fat, they constitute the major component, okay? While the minor components are generally the two things. Can you name them quickly? Yeah, you are right. It's the vitamins, vitamins, okay, and minerals. So in our food there is a two kind of components present. One is called major component, another one is called as the minor component. In the major component we have carbohydrate, we have proteins, we have fats, whereas in the minor components we have the vitamins and we have the minerals. Okay, I'm just started with the very basics, because once our basic is clear then we will touch the higher topics too. So now till now we have studied, okay, this is a primitive system, okay, and we need micromolecules in order to synthesize the energy from the macromolecules which is present in the food. It means how you define the digestive system, or more profoundly how you can describe the digestion. What is the mean by the digestion? Yeah, what is the mean by the digestion? So digestion is a simple. You know that the macromolecules which is present in the food, okay, it have to broken down into the smaller particles. It have to broken down into the smaller particles, okay, and that smaller particles will absorbed and distributed to the various body parts. Okay, and this process is called the digestion, and the system which help in this breakdown process, this is called as the digestive system. No problem? Understood? Fine. Now once we understood about the digestion's meaning, the digestive system meaning, let's move ahead, okay, let's move ahead and describe about that how this digestion is occurring in our body. How this digestion is occurring in our body. This digestion process, okay, it is occurring in our body by the two methods. The first one is the physical method, or more correctly we can say the mechanical method. The first one is a mechanical method. And another one is biochemical method. Now mechanical method means those process where we involve our, you can say, the physical strength, where we are providing the physical strength. Those methods are called as the mechanical methods. You know, when you put something in your mouth, you choose those food particles, isn't it? Okay, it means you are doing the mechanical part of the digestion. So this chewing procedure, this chewing process, it is called as the mastication. Write it down. The chewing of the food is called as the mastication. It is called as the mastication. So it is a mechanical method. And it is only limited, okay, it is only limited to the oral part, fine, to the mouth part. Whereas if we talk about the biochemical method, as the name suggests, here there is a involvement of enzymes. So this is basically a enzymatic process. This is a enzymatic process. You will come to know, okay, during this lecture series, that in our body there is a synthesis of various enzymes, and these enzymes play a very pivotal role in order to digest the food particles, So we are discussing the digestive system, and we said that in the digestion process there is a conversion of macromolecules from the micromolecules. Then we switch on to understand the method, how these macromolecules change into the micromolecules. We seen that in this method there is two methods are involved. The first one is the mechanical method, another one is a biochemical method. In the mechanical methods, we are, you can say, doing the physical process on the food. One of the example is the mastication. Another we seen is a biochemical method, where there is the involvement of enzymes, various enzymes, they are involved in the biochemical method. So once we understood about the basic introduction of the digestive system, okay, and then the method of the digestive system, okay, now let's move ahead and discuss about the activities which is occurring in the digestive system. Till here you have any doubt? No. Just one thing you keep in mind, that always this smooth business which is happening, conversion of macromolecules from the micromolecules, this is not always going smooth, okay. There are various you can say problems, okay, which is suffered by our, which faces our digestive system, and they all are collectively called as the digestive disorders. Digestive disorders. Clear? No problem. While we are describing the organs, while we will going to describe the each parts of the digestive systems, we will also discuss about the relative their pathology, their clinical importance. Okay. So now let's move ahead and discuss about the activities which is occurring in digestive system. The activities of the digestive system is you can say more or less it is observable. Most of the activities are observable, and most of the activities are also not observable. Activities of digestive system. Activities of digestive system. Now, the activities of digestive system means those, you can say, process, okay, those phenomenon which is you can say ongoing in the digestive system, and by all those activities we digest the food, you can say very smoothly. Are you getting the points? The activities means those process, those phenomena by which our system break down the complex molecules, the macromolecules into the micromolecules, the absorbable form, okay, the absorbable form. And these activities are you can say deal under the 5 heading. These are deal under the 5 headings. Now what are those 5 headings? The first heading, you should write it, is ingestion. First one is ingestion. You know, in order to digest the food, first we have to take the food. Isn't it? In order to digest the food, first we have to take the food inside your mouth. Merely by the thinking that, okay, I'm going to digest the food, you can't. So, in order to digest the food, you have to take the food inside the mouth. And this taking of the food is called as the ingestion. Write it down. Ingestion means taking food. Taking food in the mouth, okay, it is called as the ingestion. Now you once you ingest the food, now you cannot you can say hold the food throughout the day, okay, or 1 hour or 2 hours or 3 hours. There is a certain limitations are there in our life also, and it's true for the digestion process. So you cannot hold the food for a prolonged time, okay. You have to you can say if it is in a solid form or semi-solid form, you have to choose the food. Okay, you have to choose the foods thoroughly mixed with the saliva and all that stuff, and then you can say take inside to the GITs. Okay, take inside to the GIT, or also you can say the food pipe first. Okay, food pipe first, that's your esophagus. Okay, so this process by which you can say swallowing the food. Okay, swallowing the food particles, this is called as the propulsion. Okay, the second activity of digestive system is propulsion. So propulsions means what? It is means when you thoroughly, you can say, chew the food and mix with the saliva. Okay, and then you are swallowing those parts. Okay, you are swallowing those parts. This process is called as the propulsions. So in simple term, you write it down. It's a swallowing of chewed food particles. Now, these two process, this is in your conscious will. This is the amazing thing about, just make the attention here. These two process, ingestion and propulsions, this is in your conscious will. What I mean by the conscious will, it means you can observe, as I said, no, that some of the part of the digestive activities are observable. Okay, and most of the part of the digestive system we just believe, not blindly. Don't say blindly. Okay, if we say the blindly, then it's a disrespect to the scientific discoveries. No. So it does not blindly, but yeah, this is not in our conscious will. This is not our inner conscious will. But yeah, I studied somewhere that by the help of, you can say, the meditations, yogis can reach those subtle, those micro state where they can observe the further digestive process too. Okay, and that's a surprising thing. So these two processes are in your conscious will, you are doing voluntary, but the another process that's called as the digestion. The third process is digestion. Third process is the digestion. Now, as I said, this digestion, remember that some of, you can say, part of the food is digested in mouth too. Okay, by the help of salivary amylase, okay, and by those mechanical mastication process, this digestion is a start from the mouth. Okay, from the mouth, and this digestion, as I said, it's happened in, you can say, the two method. The first we discussed already is a mechanical method. Okay, and another one is called as a biochemical method or enzymatic method. Okay, so this mechanical method is in your conscious will, and this biochemical method where the enzymes is working, this is not in our control. Now, suppose you take in one bowl of rice. Okay, you ingest it, you take it properly. Okay, you propel it, those chewed rice particles, fine, and those chewed particles is subjected to the digestion. Mechanical process is done, biochemical method is done. Now what is next? What's next? The next is, you said initially, I said initially, or we can say we said initially that after this digestive process, we obtain absorbable, you can say, the particles, which is meant for the energy purpose, which serve for the energy purpose. So after the digestion, there is another process, and that process is called as the absorption. Write it down. This is called as the absorption. So how are you going to define the absorption? Yeah. So absorption is a process by which the final product of digestion is absorbed okay, it is absorbed mainly in the intestine, okay, mainly in the intestine, but some of the part of the food is digested in mouth too, absorbed in mouth too, okay, like the waters, this the absorption process started since from the mouth, when the food particles in the mouth, and along with it there are drugs which metabolize, okay, their action is started in the mouth itself, okay. So but most of the absorption process, it is done in the intestine, okay, or more specifically the small intestine. Now after the absorption, okay, and just keep in your mind that not all part of your food is absorbable, not all the part of the food is absorbable, okay. And there are, you can say, the plenty of parts, you can say the bulk of your food content is you can say remain undigested, okay, that remain undigested, and those undigested part of our food, we refer those undigested part as a fecus, okay, we referred as a fecus or fecal matter, and those fecus matters, they are temporarily stored in the rectum, yeah, and when there is the appropriate reflex came from the higher system, then there is the urge to eliminate. So this all the process is collectively called as the elimination. This is called as the elimination. Write it down. This is called as the elimination. No problem? Yeah? So this is called as the elimination. So once again, we said that the digestive activities, okay, the digestive activities can be depicted under the 5 heading. The first is the ingestion, taking the food inside the mouth. Then another one is the propulsion, swelling of the food particles, okay, swelling of the food particles, okay. Then the third process is the digestion, and this digestion started in the mouth itself, okay, but mainly done, okay, mainly done in the intestine. Remember, the many things you have to remember here, but just remember, which we will clarify ahead. But for a while you just understand the digestive process started in the mouth, okay, and then when this propulsion is done, the food is swallowed into the esophagus. There is no any chemical breakdown in the food pipe because there is no any enzymes. Then again in the stomach there is again digestion started, okay, and it is going to till the small intestine, fine, till the small intestine. Now the another process is absorption. This all those digestive, you can say, process is mainly meant for conserving the energy, synthesizing the energy, okay, extracting the energy from those macro food particles, okay, and this is done by the absorption process and mainly happen in the small intestine. Now, as we said that not all the part of the food is meant for absorption, okay, there are bulk mass of the food is remain undigested, and those undigested particles we referred as the fecus and also called as the fecal matter. Those are temporarily stored, and when there is an appropriate reflex is came, okay, to the rectal area, then there is the urge to excrete out, okay, to those temporarily stored fecal matters, and that procedure is called as the elimination. Now the things which you have to understand is that the problems can happen or can occur in, you can say, any level. There may be any problem in the ingestion, okay, if there is a problem in the opening of the mouth, or if there is a cleft, you can say the cleft lip, okay, these all, you can say, create a problem to take food itself, fine. Then there is a problem in the propulsion. Sometimes there is a reverse reflex, which we will see in our further lectures, okay. Then there may be the insufficiency of the enzymes, okay, that can lead to the, you can say, food undigested, and there are that cause many diseases. Then there may be a problem in the absorptions, okay, referred as a negative energy negative energy control, okay, and then there may be problem in the elimination level, okay. So this is about the activities of digestive system.